Michelle Williams looked sensational as she posed for a reunion shoot with the cast of The Fabelmans for the director's issue of W magazine. The actress, 42, wore a canary yellow ensemble with the feathered texture of the lower half of her outfit taking on the appearance of a grass skirt. She wore a matching structured top with the short sleeves being loosely ruffled at her elbows, with the item featuring a plunging neckline and curved hem. The five-time Academy Award nominee, who played Mitzi Fabelman in the film, could be seen smiling as she posed against a grand piano in the Mojave Desert in Lancaster, California with her co-star Paul Dano, who played her on-screen husband, Bert. Movie The Fabelmans is based on the true story of legendary director Steven Spielberg's life, and after directing and photographing the shoot, he spoke to the magazine about how the film came to be and if there would be a sequel. Michelle and Paul were joined by their fellow cast members in the desert for the shoot. In one image, screen star Michelle, whose character Mitzi is a tortured soul with a talent for playing the piano to concert standard, could be seen looking forlorn as she lay across the top of the black keyboard instrument with her hand raised up to her brow. She had kicked her heels off and placed them on the piano while her leg hung down towards a strategically placed tumbleweed. In another picture she could be seen beaming as she stood alongside the other key members of the cast including Gabriel LaBelle, who played aspiring filmmaker and director Sammy Fabelman, Julia Butters and Keely Karsten, who portrayed Sammy's sisters Reggie and Natalie, and Seth Rogen, who played Bert's best friend and Mitzi's true love Benny Lowy. The Fabelmans takes a nostalgic look at their 60s life as Sammy's fascination and passion for cinematography unfolds on screen. As an older teenager, Sammy is seen navigating the pursuit of his dream of becoming a successful filmmaker as his family struggles through life. The semi-autobiographical film, directed by Steven Spielberg, is based on Steven's own parents and their eventual divorce. Now in its fifth year, the director's issue of W magazine highlights and celebrates some of the greatest and most talked about directors in film this year. Not only was the shoot a cast reunion, director Steven also brought together the incredibly talented crew of the film, cinematographer Janusz Kaminsk, Oscar-nominated production designer Rick Carter, and costume designer Mark Bridges for the occasion. And Steven told the publication he decided to make the movie after the world was thrown into lockdown amid the coronavirus pandemic, unsure about whether it would be an extinction-level event. He explained, "I didn't know if COVID was going to be an extinction-level event. I wasn't sure whether the film Contagion was, in fact, art becoming life. I started to think, if I had a chance to make only one more movie, what would that be? And the answer came as easy as taking the next breath. It would be the story of how my mom and dad got divorced, and my role in that." Just like that, on the emotion he felt seeing the cast of the film as the members of his family, he went on, "It was cathartic. We recreated the house I grew up in from blueprints and photographs, and we matched it exactly. I stepped into my childhood home. I wanted to ask everyone to leave me alone in the house, but I didn't do that. I wanted to have a good cry, but I didn't want to cry in front of my entire crew and cast on the first day of interior shooting. Instead, I turned around, and there was Paul looking like my dad and Michelle looking like my mom, and I just broke down." Paul and Michelle came over and hugged me, and I will never forget that moment. The family was forged in those few seconds. And, while Steven stated he may be open to making a sequel of The Fabelmans, he said, "I was so emotionally invested in The Fabelmans, I left a vast body of water between myself and the next project. I didn't plan ahead at all. I haven't found my passion. And I can't work without passion. I won't," Steven previously said of the film. According to The Hollywood Reporter, "This film is a way of bringing my mom and dad back. And it also brought my sisters closer to me than I ever thought possible. That was worth making the film for." The director's mother Leah died in 2017 at the age of 97, while his father died in 2020 at the age of 103. It comes after musician Bono made a surprise appearance at the Berlin International Film Festival to present Steven with a special Lifetime Achievement Award. The U2 frontman described Steven as one of the biggest big shots in Hollywood, as he presented the Oscar-winning director with the honorary Golden Bear Award on Tuesday. Members of the Irish rock band attended the International Berlinale Festival for the premiere of documentary Kiss the Future, in which Bono, The Edge and Adam Clayton all star. The band, who recently announced a new 2023 Las Vegas residency, gave a special performance ahead of the screening and were later joined on stage by actor Matt Damon. Later, while presenting the award to Spielberg, Bono told audiences that Spielberg was out of this world. "He's not really a celebrity, is he? Thank God for that," he said, per U.S. outlets who attended the event. "We know he's one of the biggest of the big shots in Hollywood, but we get the sense he doesn't quite belong there and we're kind of relieved." He added, "Tonight you're giving the Golden Bear to Steven Spielberg for the right reasons. But his lifetime achievement is not just his work. It is his actual life, his actual family." Past recipients of the honorary Golden Bear Award include Dustin Hoffman, Kirk Douglas and Meryl Streep. Steven is known for Hollywood blockbusters including E.T., Indiana Jones. The Fabelmans is nominated for 7 Academy Awards, including Best Picture at the Oscars next month. The director's issue of W magazine is out now.